Are you thinking about building an ADU to generate rental income? I'll be showing a straightforward method that makes it easy to get an accurate estimate of how much cash flow you can expect. I'll take you through an example where we build and rent an accessory dwelling unit in the Bay Area of California. And then you can apply the exact same method to get a realistic idea of how much money you can make by building an ADU in your neighborhood. And I'll show you a new way to skip this entire process and just let someone else do all the work for you. So let's go ahead and start off by determining your expected monthly rental income. I'll just say right off the bat that I hate it when people just pull numbers out of nowhere. So I scoured the internet and compiled a list of every ADU available for rent in the Bay Area so that I could calculate the average rent in terms of dollar per square foot. The easiest way I found to make sure that I was only looking at actual ADUs for rent was by using apartments.com and searching for listings that mention the word ADU. And again, don't worry if you don't live in the Bay Area, you can use this exact same method to calculate the expected rent in your local market. So here's the list I compiled with all the ADUs available for rent in my area. It includes the rent, the square footage, and the number of bedrooms and bathrooms. As you can see, the average monthly rent is $2,731, and the average ADU size is 691 square feet. This works out to a rent per square foot of $4.16. So you could take that number and apply it to ADUs of various sizes to see how that affects your expected rent. The other piece of information that you can see is that the most common ADU configuration is a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom unit. This list took me all of about 10 minutes to put together. So as a first step in the process, it was relatively easy to figure out how much rent we can expect from our ADU. But in order to figure out the potential cash flow or profit of our ADU, we need to know our expenses. And our expenses depend on how much it's going to cost to build our ADU and how we're going to pay for it. To get the construction cost, you can collect bids from several builders to get a pretty good idea of how much money it'll take to complete. But for this video, I'm going to take advantage of a home advisory service called Realm, who actually specializes in helping homeowners spec out and build ADUs in California. They've completed many ADU projects and have a network of builders, so they're able to provide accurate all-in costs based on actual data, including local permit and labor costs, as well as the cost of materials. And according to Realm, the average all-in cost to build a comparable medium-end ADU in the Bay Area is $400 a square foot. I know that might sound crazy high if you aren't used to the Bay Area real estate market, but in reality, it's just insanely expensive to build anything around here. Which makes this exercise that we're doing right now all the more important because you want to make sure that the high cost of building an ADU is actually worth it. So at $400 a square foot, our 691 square foot backyard ADU is going to cost about $276,400. If we had gone with a high-end ADU, the cost would have been closer to $500 a square foot, or more if you go crazy with the finishes, and a low-end economy build with the cheapest materials would put us around $350 a square foot. If you want to do this same exercise, you can also use Realm's free project planner tool to estimate costs for projects at your address. And if you decide to use one of their paid services to actually build an ADU, you'll get $150 off if you sign up with my affiliate link in the description. So now that we know how much our ADU is going to cost, we have to figure out how we're going to pay for it in order to finish determining our monthly expenses. Now, there's a lot of ways to finance the construction of an ADU, including using personal savings, a home equity loan, a construction loan, or a cash-out refinance. Most people probably don't have $276,000 just laying around, so for the purposes of this video, we'll be using a home equity loan with a 20-year repayment period. So in this example, say our current home is worth $1 million and we owe $500,000 on our mortgage, then that means we have $500,000 in home equity. Most banks will allow you to borrow a combined loan-to-value ratio of up to 80% of your home's value. So in this case where our house is worth $1 million, we could borrow up to $800,000, but since we still owe $500,000 on our first mortgage, that means we can borrow up to $300,000 to build our ADU. The interest rate on a home equity loan can vary depending on several factors, including your credit score and loan-to-value ratio, but let's take an average interest rate of 6.5%. So assuming a cost to build of $276,400 and an interest rate of 6.5%, our monthly payment would be $2,061 over the 20-year loan term. Property taxes on the new addition are treated separately from the main home and come out to $220 a month, and insurance is another $50 a month. So in total, our monthly expenses with the additional property taxes and insurance come out to $2,331. At this point, we're ready to calculate our expected cash flow. To do that, we simply take our expected rent of $2,731 and subtract our expenses of $2,331 to get a profit of $400 a month, which pencils out to $4,800 a year. Not bad. But the next question is this actually a good investment compared to other equally accessible options? I'll be answering this question in a video coming soon, so make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss it. If you don't feel confident doing this cash flow analysis or reaching out to builders to collect bids yourself, then Realm is always there to take care of everything for you. Before you commit to building anything, they can provide you with detailed reports that include everything we went over in this video. So that means they'll give you projected rental income, cost estimates, and how much an ADU will increase your home value. They can even break down how rental income can change depending on the configuration of your ADU, and the best thing is, homeowners who end up utilizing Realm to build their ADU save up to 45% on the cost versus the competition. So again, if you're interested in any of Realm's services, check out my affiliate link down below, and you'll get $150 off if you opt for any of their paid services.